It's about that time, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for another episode of the Foolish Show podcast coming to you live Monday night special. Giving you nothing but good vibes. Nothing but that reality talk. So I hope y'all ready. We're going to get this party started in a minute. Let me set everything up. Remember, folks, the live chat is always open. Leave your comments. Join the discussion. Just keep it positive. Let me set everything up right now. We're going to get this party started, man. Get this week going the right way. Y'all just tune in. We about to get started on the Foolish Show podcast. We live streaming on Facebook, Kick, and YouTube. So we live right now on those three platforms. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up if you're watching on YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Reality Music Entertainment. But tonight we're going to have a good positive podcast like always, man. Talking about real life stuff. You know, we don't get on here and gossip. So tonight's topic, we're talking about learning from your mistakes. Because we all make them. It's one thing to make mistakes. It's another thing to not learn from it. You cannot live life by keep making mistakes and not learning from it. Then you ain't getting wiser. You ain't going well. So we're going to get into it. Let me just make sure we got everything on and popping. Check everything out. Make sure we good. But tonight's topic, if y'all just tuning in, learning from your mistakes. We all make mistakes. But are you learning from them? Or you keep repeating the same mistakes over and over again? It's just not smart to keep making the same mistakes over again. It means you're being a fool. Robert O says, do you like hot dogs and noodles? Dolan YouTuber says hi. Back to the topic. Anytime you make mistakes, that's a part of life. Nobody's perfect. We all gonna make bad decisions. You make bad choices, whether it's in your love life, in your personal life. But are you learning from your mistakes? Are you continuously repeating yourself and getting wrapped up in the same cycle? You're having problems in relationships because you're dating the same type of people. You're not learning from your past situation. You keep going in and out of jail because you're not learning when you get out and get your freedom how to stay away from certain situations. Repeating the same cycle and messing up in the same ways. That's not smart. That's not maturing. When you mature in life, you start to realize that some things ain't worth it. Some things ain't worth your time or your freedom. Do y'all understand what I'm trying to tell you? Never forget where you came from and always stay humble. You're going to make mistakes along the way of living life. Some things you wish you could take back, but we can't go back in the past. All we can do is try to focus and control the future. Look ahead of what's to come. What's done is done, and you can't go and do it. But we all make mistakes. Bad choices, bad decisions that you wish you could take back. But at the end of the day, you got to stay humble. Stay true to yourself. And understand it's all right to change. You don't have to keep doing the same things over and over. It's okay to learn. It's okay to mature. It's okay to not be the same way that you always been. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But it's a lot of people get stuck in the same situations because they're stubborn and they don't want to change. They don't want to learn from their mistakes. They rather keep that pattern going. A smart person gonna learn from their mistakes, and they're gonna learn not to keep repeating those mistakes because it's gonna get you in the same situations. If you want to prosper and get somewhere in life, you got to learn from your mistakes. You can't do all the stupid stuff that you used to do. The things that you did when you was younger. You got to move on from all that stuff. You got to be willing to let go. Everybody make mistakes. Nobody perfect. We all did some things and said some things that we wish we shouldn't have. Do y'all understand what I'm telling you? So we all done been in those positions where you done made mistakes. But what did you learn from it? What came out those mistakes? Did you learn a lesson? Did you learn what to do and what not to do? Did you learn what to say and what not to say? Have you been in a relationship where you felt like it was a waste of time? It didn't work. But did you learn from that relationship? So when you meet somebody else in the future, you know what to look for. You know the qualities to look for in a person, whether it's a man or a woman. Did you learn from your previous mistakes? What did you get out of making them mistakes? Did it take you somewhere? Did it make you learn a lesson? See, ain't nothing wrong with messing up. But when you keep doing it, that's the problem. It comes a time where you got to learn. Why be hot-headed and hard-headed? You will never get nowhere in life being like that. Repeating all those same mistakes that you've been doing. If y'all just tuning in, we live streaming right now on Kick, Facebook, and YouTube. The live chat is always open. Feel free to leave a comment. Represent. I always try to shout out to everybody in the comments because I appreciate y'all time. I appreciate y'all checking in. But let's get back to the topic. Learning from your mistakes. We all done made all type of mistakes, whether it's financially, in your love life, or in your personal life. You done said some things you shouldn't have said. You done did some things you shouldn't have did. A lot of people have skeletons in their closet. But one day the truth always come out. So when the truth comes out, can you face it? And can you learn from it? Or would you continue to repeat the same pattern? Are you going to keep being a fool? Or would you wise up and say, hey, I'm not going to do the same things I used to do because it's not getting me nowhere. A lot of people won't get nowhere in life because they keep doing the same thing over again. Keep repeating the same mistakes and not learning. People go to jail and then they back in there in 2-3 days or a week. You're not learning from your mistakes. The government came and took your kids, you got them back, and you're still neglecting them. You're not learning from your mistakes. Take the time to realize where you're messing up at. Break it down in your head. Where I keep messing up at. Why all these things keep happening to me. And it's because of the decisions that we make. If you keep making wrong choices, wrong things are going to happen in your life. You make good choices, good things will come into your life. Think about it. It's one thing to be living. It's another thing to learn from your mistakes. Every day you live is something you should be learning. Every single day. Because nobody knows it all. I don't care if you're 90, 99, 96, 100. You're still learning something. Nobody has all the answers. While you're living, you should be learning. Because if you think about it, we ain't been around that long. If you just got on earth for a few years, how can you know everything around you? When a baby just gets here, they have to observe everything around them. And they learn every year and every day that they live. You learn how to walk. You learn how to talk. It's a learning process. You got to learn how the world works. Don't be afraid to grow. You don't have to be the same person that you used to be. Maybe the old you used to always make mistakes. But there's no excuse because you can control you right now. What's in the past is done. All the bad things you did is done. All you can do is ask God for forgiveness and try to change. That's all you can do. Take it one day at a time. We all done been there where we done made bad decisions, bad choices. It could have been from peer pressure. A lot of times our friends can get us in trouble. If you don't have genuine friends around you, they will lead you the wrong way. It's easy to go down the wrong path. Because if you let anybody manipulate your mind, you will be a follower and not a leader. It's easy to follow somebody. It's hard to be a leader. You control your own life. You control your destiny. You control your soul. When you die, your friends is not going to die with you. You die by yourself. When your judgment day comes, you have to face God by yourself. Your mama, your daddy, your kids, your friends, nobody ain't going to be there with you. The pastor ain't going to be there with you. These are the things we have to think about. We so caught up in life and social media. You don't understand how life really works. See, all it takes is one mistake, one bad decision, and you can throw your whole life away. You could be on death row, or you could be facing life. Kill checking in. I see you. If y'all just checking in, tonight's podcast show, the topic is learning from your mistakes. We all done been there and done that. Ain't that wrong with messing up. But when you keep messing up, that's a problem. When you keep doing the wrong thing, that's a problem. When you keep repeating the same nonsense, that's a problem. That means you're not growing as a person. You're not learning nothing. You just on earth just to be here. You're not trying to accomplish nothing, and you're not trying to put nothing in this world. You just here, sucking up air and taking up space. But learn from your mistakes. Even in your love life, all the relationships that didn't work out, you learn what happened. Why didn't it work? Why shouldn't I date these type of people? You have to dissect it. So you know in the future what you want, what you're looking for, and what you're not looking for. Are y'all get what I'm telling you? Never be afraid to grow. You don't have to stay the same. Every day you live, you should be learning another lesson. And it's all right to learn from others because you don't got all the answers. I don't know everything. You don't know everything. Nobody knows it all. So it's okay to learn from different people because everybody don't have the same experiences. Maybe they don't experience things in their life that they can help you with that you ain't came across yet or you just come across it. So they got more experience. But a lot of times we always think we know everything. We got all the answers. You can't tell me nothing. And that's not true. Stop thinking you know it all. Be willing to listen and learn. Learn from the people around you. Don't learn the bad things. Learn the good stuff. Learn how to be a better person. Each day you live, you got another day to accomplish something. And when your life is over, that's it. But as long as you're living, you got another day to accomplish something. Question is, what are you doing? What are you doing in your life? What are you accomplishing? Who are you helping around you? How much love are you spreading? How much love are you giving? When the last time you did something for somebody? How many people you helped? These are the questions you got to ask yourself. It's not about what you have. Because everything that we got ain't coming with us. This jewelry, none of this ain't coming with me. This is just temporary. This is just right now on earth, on the Foolish Show, y'all seeing it. It's not going to Judgment Day with me. So everything you see right now with your eyes is temporary. It's not going to be forever. Because life ain't forever. But learn from your mistakes. Nobody has the right to judge anybody because we all do our dirt. We all got skeletons in our closet. Some of us going to take it to the grave. But when somebody's trying to tell you something, sometimes it's all right to listen. Don't always think you got all the answers. Don't always think you got life figured out. You live life one day at a time. I keep telling y'all, life is a roller coaster. You're going to have ups and downs. Enjoy the ride. Because one day that ride is going to stop. One day your life going to end. Are you prepared for that situation? Is your heart and soul ready to meet the master? So if you're still down here making mistakes, doing wrong, not learning, don't you think it's going to come a time where you're going to have to pay the ultimate price? We all got to take accountability for our mistakes. A lot of times we like to blame other people. Well, such and such, such and such. You got to look in the mirror. Try not to put yourself in those situations. If you got the wrong people around you, you asking for trouble. If you got people around you that's always in trouble, always going to jail, always doing crazy stuff, and you right there in the middle of it, what you think gonna happen to you in your life? You tell me what good gonna come out of that. You can't put yourself in certain situations. Don't make sense. Then you wonder why I'm not getting nowhere. Why am I not elevating in life? Why I feel like I'm stuck in cement? Because you're not allowing your mind and your heart to grow. That's why you learn to forgive. You don't hold grudges. It come a point where you gotta let go. My grandma never used to tell me, you let go and you let God, which means you let God handle it. Even if somebody did you wrong. That's messed up. My bad, folks. The screen had done in it. But the devil is a lie because we ain't going nowhere. We still live right now on the Foolish Show podcast. But let's get back to what we was. Learning from your mistakes. Not repeating, doing the same nonsense. Being able to learn and not do all the stupid things that you used to do. Not making the dumb choices that we used to make. When you younger, as the old folks say, you didn't know no better. But as you get older, you know better. You know what time it is. You know what you're doing. You know when you're doing wrong and when you're doing right. Ain't nobody got to tell you or hold your hand and say you're doing something wrong. You should know you're doing wrong. You know you don't supposed to be taking them people's stuff. You know you don't supposed to be shooting guns and shooting people. You know. So don't act like you don't know better because you know better. And if you know better, you'll do better. A lot of times we know what we be doing. We just stuck in that cycle that we don't want to break. We so you doing wrong that you don't know how to do right. Doing right is hard. That's why going to heaven is hard. Because you can't have no blemishes. God wants you to be perfect like him. You know how hard that is? To live a sinful free life. The good thing about it, God forgives. So if you make a mistake, God will forgive you. If you have asked for forgiveness and you sincere. But if you keep repeating the same thing, how much forgiveness do you want? If you did something once and somebody forgave you, and you did it again, how much forgiveness do you want? It got to come a time where somebody gonna be like, all right, man, hold on now. You done said I'm sorry 1,000 times. After a while, that's gonna go on deaf ears. I'm sorry, I'm gonna change. I ain't gonna do it no more. I'm sorry. I ain't gonna do it no more, I promise. Tomorrow you're doing the same thing over again. You said you gonna put them drawers down. I'm gonna go by you getting high. You said you weren't gonna rob nobody no more. Next day you're on the news. A lot of times people are stuck in that cycle and they don't know how to break it. They don't know how to break their cycle of doing wrong, making bad choices, making bad decisions, making all the wrong moves, putting your life in messed up situations. There's gonna come a point, there's gonna come a day when you're gonna be able to get out of it. You're gonna be stuck in a situation but you can't get out of. That's why you have to learn and not continue to repeat those same things. It's called changing your life for the better. If you see your life going one way and it keeps going that direction, you have to do something to try to change it. It's on you to take control of your life and stop making the wrong decisions. You can't sit around and make excuses. It's all about action. You can say it and talk about it, but where's the action to back it up? Nobody just want to hear words. You want to see action. You can say I changed, but what are you doing to show that you changed? Are you changing your bad behavior? Are you changing the actions that got you in that messed up position? These are the things you must ask yourself. If you keep finding your life in a certain position, look in the mirror and ask yourself, what can I change? What can I work on to make my life better? You have to start learning to make better decisions. Choosing better on who you lay with, choosing better on who you make friends with, choosing better on where you hang out at, making better decisions what you do with your money. It's a lot of things that play a part in becoming a better person. And it depends what you want out of life. You get what you put out. Whatever you put in, that's what you're going to get. If you don't put in nothing, then don't look for nothing. Nothing ain't going to come your way. But if you put in hard work, good things going to come along with it. It's that simple. But don't live every day just being a fool and not learning from your mistakes. You'll never get ahead in life. You're going to always be down. You're going to always be complaining. You're going to tell people, I got bad luck, man. I just can't win. No, you just can't make good decisions. You don't know how to stay away from certain things. The things that got you in trouble keep sucking you back in. You won't stay away from it. You won't let it go. You won't let go of drugs. You won't put down the gun. Certain things You're not willing to do. You don't want to cut ties with them demons. Them demons that taking over your mind, getting you to crash out and throw your life away. You got to take accountability of your life. It's not always everybody else's fault. We make those decisions. We choose those options. Are y'all listening to what I'm telling you? Y'all hit that thumbs up button. We live streaming right now on Twitter. No, excuse me. Kick, Facebook, and YouTube. We will be back on X soon. Make sure y'all check me out every Friday night on the radio, worldwide. 2 radio stations you can find the Foolish Show podcast, the Block 105.3.com and socialradio.com. Every Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time. And you can always check me out on my YouTube channel, Reality Music Entertainment. But this is what we do. We give it to y'all real. Most people come on and gossip, talk about celebrities, who don't like who snitching, who beefing, who sexing. We need to talk about real life. We need to talk about what's going on as we speak. And our lives are happening right now. If you're able to watch this podcast, then you're alive. So while we're here, we got to make good choices. If we want good things to come into our life, you got to make good decisions. You got to make good use of your time on this earth. You don't want to waste your time while you're living. Then you end up dying. Make good use of the time that God gave you on this earth. Find your purpose and find your reason. There's nothing wrong with making mistakes. We all make mistakes while we live. We all done did things we wish we could take back or we can change. But you can't. All we can do is look forward and focus on the future. Focus on the next day. Nothing promised to us at all. Only thing I can promise you is we all gonna die. But if you want something in life, you gotta do the right things and make good decisions. Make good choices. Be careful what you do and what you say. Because karma is real. What goes around comes around. If you keep speaking negativity every day, if you always stirring up stuff, if you always stirring up drama, it's only a matter of time before your karma comes. It's only a matter of time before you get wrapped up in your own web. You're going to reap what you sow. Everything you're doing now is going to come back to hit you hard. So make sure if you're doing something, you're doing the right things. Make sure you're making God happy. You don't want to make God upset. The more wrong we do, the more sinning we do, we pissing God off. And it will be some repercussions. It will be some consequences that's going to come with that. You cannot be a fool and not understand that. You can't think that you're going to keep getting away with doing wrong forever. You can't keep thinking that you can make all the bad choices and I ain't going to never have to pay for them. Don't make sense. It's only a matter of time before you get your karma. It's only a matter of time before something ends up happening to you that you don't want. Never be afraid to make mistakes. Never be afraid to learn from your mistakes. Never be afraid to grow and blossom. Allow yourself to become a better person. Do it for God, for yourself, for your kids, for all the people that mean a lot to you. You owe it to them to be the best person you can. You don't have time to keep wasting your life because you don't know when your life going in. You don't know the time frame that you're working with. You don't have the date when you're going to die. So every day you wake up is a blessing. Don't take that blessing for granted. Don't take it for a joke. Ain't nothing guaranteed. Not one day. You're not promised to see next year. You're not promised to see another birthday. Why keep throwing your life away, making the same bad decisions? You have to learn from your mistakes. Whether it's in your love life, when you keep dating the wrong people, you have to change what you're going after. You have to start fishing in another lake. You can't keep going after the same people that's breaking your heart and not making you happy. You got to make better decisions. You got to pick better people to lay up with. If this person showing the same qualities of the other bad people, you got to take heed. You got to see the signs. Don't keep being nobody's fool. You got to learn to open your eyes, open your mind. Life is real. Life ain't no game. We only live once. You can't press the reset button. This is not PS5. This is not your tablet. You can't restart and reboot like a computer. Once your life is over, it's over. So you got to be careful of the mistakes you make. Because you make one bad mistake, your whole life could be gone. One bad decision, and you could lose your whole entire life. It ain't no coming back from that. That's why it's important to watch the decisions that you make. Never be afraid to learn from your mistakes. You don't keep repeating it. You keep knocking your head on that same rock. What is it going to take for you to learn? Do God have to take your life for you to learn a lesson? What does it take for you to change? Everybody makes mistakes. But the smart people, they learn from it. They learn what not to do. They don't keep repeating it. Keep repeating it don't make no sense. It's not smart. It's not a wise thing to do, folks. We have to grow. Each day, you're learning. You're growing. Your mind is developing. You might have learned something today that you didn't know yesterday. You might learn something tomorrow that you didn't know today. It's all right to inquire information. It's okay to take in everything around you. Observe, listen, pay attention. The things they taught us growing up. Mom and daddy them tried to teach you right from wrong. What not to do and what to do. How to handle certain things. Don't be nobody's fool. And live your own life. Don't be a follower. There's too many followers and not enough leaders. People following the wrong stuff. They following nonsense. That's why all this nonsense keeps spreading. You got the internet spreading all this nonsense. It's not going to help nobody's life. Going to keep all this drama going. All this he say, she say. All the gossip. It adds fuel to the fire. And people feed off of that. They give their time and energy to nonsense. When you could be doing so much more in this big world. So much more you could be achieving in this world. But a lot of people choose to indulge in nonsense, in drama. Worrying about what the next person got, what the next person doing, who the next person sexing. But at the end of the day, they ain't got their own life in order. At the end of the day, your grass ain't green. But you still looking over the fence, worrying about everybody else's yard. Make it make sense. Tonight's topic, learn from your mistakes. It's one thing to make mistakes, but you're a fool when you keep repeating it. It's one thing to mess up. It's another thing to keep messing up, keep messing up, keep messing up, keep messing up. You're not learning nothing. You stuck in the same nonsense that ain't gonna get you nowhere. You stuck in the same pattern that got your life in a rut. You stuck in the same pattern that got your life in the hole. And you steady digging your own grave. Because you ain't learning nothing. You just living, but you're not learning. It hasn't clicked in your mind yet to let me stop doing this. Let me stop doing that. Let me stop hanging around these people. Let me stop making these type of decisions. Especially if it'll cost my freedom or my life. Think about it. What are you learning if you keep repeating the same cycle? Where are you going to get in life if you never learn and change? If you're not being a good husband and your wife tells you you ain't a good husband, if you're not learning and trying to change, you're going to lose your whole family. If your husband telling you certain things, but you don't want to change, you don't want to learn, you're going to lose your husband. You have to be willing to change. Kia says, amen. You can't be stuck. Let me tell you what we used to say. You can't be stuck on stupid. Don't be stuck on stupid. Learn. Let your mind grow. Enjoy this earth. Enjoy everything that God gives you. Don't take life for granted. But if you keep repeating the same mistakes, then you stuck being a fool. Now, where does a fool get in life? You're not going to get ahead. You're going to always find yourself in the same predicament. Because you weren't willing enough to change and learn from all the things that you did wrong. You were stuck on, this is me. You got to accept me. Some people stubborn. This is me. I ain't changing for nobody. You better change for God. You better change to try to go to heaven. If you ain't going to do it for yourself, if you ain't going to do it for your kids, you better do it for God. Because at the end of the day, you'll pay the ultimate price. If you die a sinner, where does the Bible tell us that we go? We going to hell. So you better start changing something. Don't be stuck on stupid. It ain't going to save your soul. See, this is the stuff that people need to hear. Some people just won't get it. No matter how many bad things happen to them, no matter how many consequences they face, some people just be stuck on stupid. Will never change their mindset. It starts with the way you think. Always try to have a positive mind frame. Kick all that negativity to the side. That's why on here, we preach good vibes only. I don't have time to argue. I don't have time to get mad all the time. Life is precious. We want to enjoy it. Or do you want to suffer? Do you want to suffer while you living? Or do you want to be happy? Where it starts from the decisions that we make. One bad decision, you can throw your whole life away. One bad decision, and you cannot see your parents again. One bad decision, and you cannot see your kids again. One bad decision, and you might not see your freedom again. One bad decision will cost you your whole life. If you make a real bad decision that you cannot come back from. So I hope y'all digesting this. Hope y'all are feeding y'all enough soul food tonight. I try to feed your mind, body, and soul when you come on this podcast. I don't be on here just capping. Everybody has a purpose. What purpose are you serving while you live? Or are you just here in a way? Are you here just wasting time? These are the things we got to ask ourselves, folks. Because time is ticking. Tomorrow ain't promised to nobody. It's on you what your outcome of your life gonna be. You behind the wheel. You the driver. Either you gonna wreck out or you gonna drive smooth. You gonna crash out or you gonna cruise. What you gonna do? Time is ticking. But you can't go down a good road when you keep making bad decisions. You're gonna come to a dead end or you're gonna crash if you keep making the wrong choices. If you keep hanging around the wrong people. If you keep doing the wrong things, you're not going to be blessed. You will reap what you sow, and your karma will come back around, and you're going to be looking crazy. And when it hits you, it's going to hit you hard. A lot of people, when they get their karma, it come hard. It come 10 times worse than the stuff that you was doing. Y'all stay with me. Learning from your mistakes makes you a better person. It don't make you weak. It makes you wise. Because you're smart enough to know that I got to change. If I want a different outcome, I got to move different. I can't keep doing the same dumb things over and over and over. Thinking good stuff going to come into my life. Common sense, folks. God gave us a mind and a brain. Use it. Use your mind. Don't let it go to waste. Don't let your time on this earth go to waste. Don't just live for nothing. Stand for something. Do y'all understand what I'm trying to tell you? There's nothing wrong with making a mistake, making a bad choice. But it's a problem when you keep doing it. When you keep repeating that same cycle, now you got a problem because you're stuck on stupid now. And you're trying to find your way out. But some people can't get out of their own way. They'll take one step up and then 5 steps back. Sometimes we can be our own worst enemy. You don't realize how much you blocking your own blessings because of the life you living and the decisions that you make. The things you choose to do with your time. The energy that you putting into nonsense. Some people live for drama. They love it. They love to stir up the pot, get people going. But it ain't fun when the rabbit got the gun. When the karma come back around, now they looking for sympathy. Why all this happened to me? What's going on in my life? I don't get it. I don't get it. Check yourself. Go look in the mirror. The answer's right there. Go check yourself. Think about how you've been treating people. Think about how you've been talking to people. Think about the way you act. Do people want to be around you? Are you a pleasant person? Are you a fun person to be around? Or when people see you coming, they frown? That tells a lot. How are you affecting the ones around you with your behavior? Your life choices can not only hurt yourself, but you can hurt all the loved ones around you when you keep repeating the same dumb decisions. You're affecting your kids, your mama, your daddy. Could be affecting your job, your paycheck, the way you eat, how you eating. You can go from eating good to not eating at all by making the wrong decisions. By taking all your money and smoking it up, or spending it all on nonsense. What you think gonna happen? That's why it's important to make good decisions, good choices with your finances, with your heart, with your mind. All these things, you got to make good decisions, or you can end up in a bad place. You can end up broke, lonely, and miserable. Nobody to turn to. Nobody don't want to deal with you. Nobody don't even want to have a conversation with you. Because all the stuff that you done did, all the people that you done hurt, all the mistakes that you done made that done hurt people, and you ain't never changed. Still to this day, some people are still the same. Even going to the grave, some people will never change. Think about that. Even on their deathbed, it's some people that will not change. They stuck on stupid. And you're going to end up paying the ultimate price. Because there ain't nothing fun. It ain't nothing funny about going to hell. That's a lifetime, eternity of suffering. I don't wish that on nobody. But it starts right here on earth. It starts with the decisions that we make while we live. We take everything for a joke and we kiki and ka. One day something ain't gonna be funny. One day life ain't gonna be funny. If the doctor told you you got 2 weeks to live, ain't nothing gonna be funny. If the doctor told you you had some kind of cancer, ain't nothing gonna be funny. If the doctor told you you have a disease that they cannot cure, ain't nothing gonna be funny. I hope y'all listening to me. Watch the decisions that you make. Bad choices can come back to haunt you. Your past can come back to haunt you when you keep repeating the same mistakes over and over and over again. How will you get ahead if you keep taking a step back? How will you be able to prosper in life if you're not able to grow? Kia says, you got that right. So tonight's topic and tonight's message, we all must learn from our mistakes. Don't be afraid to change. You should never stay the same. The older you get, the more you should be changing. The things that you should get excited for is going to be way deeper now. When you was younger, certain things that you used to get into. But as you get older, you're supposed to outgrow that stuff. You're supposed to become a wiser and better person. So when it's time for you to go home, when it's time for you to die and go to the kingdom, your heart and soul will be prepared because it's full of good and not bad. Hope y'all listening. Ain't nothing wrong with making mistakes in your life. But when you keep repeating those same mistakes, you asking for it. You asking for things to happen that you don't want to happen. You're not learning no lesson. You're not getting nowhere. You're stuck on stupid. You're hot-headed, stubborn. Don't want to never admit when you're wrong. Don't want to change your wrongs into rights. All you're doing is blocking your own blessing. And you don't even realize it. Because you want to learn from your mistakes. Instead of learning, you rather repeat it and keep doing it. Even though it ain't getting you nowhere, you want to still do it. Even though it ain't helping your life, you still want to do it though. So we all got to wake up, folks. Because time is ticking and we on the clock. You don't know when your expiration date is coming. Don't waste your time on this earth with all this nonsense. Doing all this stupid stuff that you're going to live to regret. We have to answer for everything. Everything we do and say while we living, there's going to come a point where you're going to have to answer to the man above. For all the bad stuff that we do, we're going to have to answer for it. Never think you're getting away with it. God sees everything. God knows it all. He knows everything you done did and what you're about to do before you even do. We all have skeletons in our closet. One day, they're going to all come out. Are you going to be able to live with it? Or are you going to be ashamed of all the things that you used to do? We should look back and we should be ashamed of some of the stuff that we used to do. Because it didn't make no sense. And you knew it was wrong. But a lot of times we stuck on just what we doing, how we living. We're not really thinking about the bigger picture. It just feels good at the moment. Sometimes things just feel good at that moment. But when you look back on it, you say, man, that was stupid. Why the hell did I do that? Why did I get in the car with that person? Why did I lay with that person? Why did I make a baby with that person? A lot of choices we're going to look back and say, why the hell we did that? Y'all know what I'm talking about. You done made some decision where you like, man, I don't know what I was thinking about. But we can't change nothing. That doesn't happen. We can't go back in time. It ain't no time machine. All we can do is focus on the future. Control what you can control. You can't worry about the past because you can't go back and change nothing. Control your future. Make better decisions ahead. Think about life. Think about your life and where it's going. Where is it headed? What you gonna get out of it? How far are you gonna get by keep making the wrong choices? How much you want to suffer by keep making the wrong choices? How many times you gonna slip and fall before it hurt? I'm just asking. But I appreciate y'all tuning in to tonight's podcast. We always keep it real. And I feed your mind, body, and soul. It's nothing but good vibes over here. We try to spread love, positivity, because life is too short for all the nonsense. So be careful of the decisions you making while you're living, because one mistake can cost you your life. One mistake can cost you your freedom. But y'all make sure y'all stay safe, stay out the way. I will be back on the air Friday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, live streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Kick. Make sure if you want to support the movement, my official merchandise, reality music entertainment merchandise is available. If you want the official Foolish Show podcast, hat, t-shirt, socks, you name it, we got it. Go to Teespring, T-E-E, spring.com/reality creator. We got all new apparel. Y'all go in there and place y'all order. I appreciate all the love and support. Y'all stay safe. One love, everybody.